We're live. Take it away, David.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am David Roth, and I'm broadcasting from exotic Orleans, Massachusetts, which is on a place called Cape Cod, an island off the coast of Boston. And I heartily welcome you to the People's Music Network International Song and Poetry Swap for approximately the next couple hours or so. So I'm just going to go around the Zoom room real quick and ask our participants to briefly say hi and say where they're from. So I'm going to start with Lorna McKinnon. Lorna, would you unmute yourself and say hi and tell us where you're from?
Yeah, hi, I'm Lorna. I'm from Glasgow. It's very cold and dark and rainy where I am right now, but I'm very glad to be here.
Fantastic. Scotland. It's a cold and rainy day on Cape Cod, too. Next, we have Vio Lizzie. And Vio Lizzie, unmute, please. And where are you? Where are you?
Hi, I'm here can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here in rainy New York City, in Chelsea. So
My old
we're all
neighborhood.
kind of rainy and cold up here.
My old neighborhood. That's great. And
Oh,
now I think we hop across the pond again. Let's say hi to Tony Harper. Tony, where are you zooming from?
Hiya, hi everyone. I'm from Manchester, and like Lorna, it's cold and dark and wet like everywhere else. And we're in a heavy lockdown here because of the incompetence of this government. But it's great to see everyone. I'm looking forward to hearing all the music.
Well, we share your incompetent government. And let's come back to Cape Cod, to Jackson Gilman.
Hey, yes, I am at the upper end of that in Onset, Massachusetts, Jackson Gilman.
Yep. And now we go to the birth state of my mother, Nuevo Jersey, New Jersey. Hi, Galen.
Well, hello, David. Yes, I'm Galen, and I'm here on the shores of a little lake. It is also wet and cold in, as David said, New Jersey.
All right. And next, Michael and Nell. Hi, you guys. Where zooming in from? Please unmute. There you go. Oh, you had it. Now you got muted again. One more try.
Just a second.
There you go.
All right. So we're coming to you from East Nashville, Tennessee. And
Woo-hoo. All right.
yeah, that's right. And it's rainy here today, but not bad. It's about 70 degrees.
50 here on the Cape. So now we go to, that doesn't look like a Ruth, but it says Ruth Billings on the screen. Would you unmute, please, and say hi? There you go.
Um, I'm Don Billings. I'm from Long Island, New York.
Welcome, Don. Eager for your contribution. And then we slide over to Mary McCaffrey. Hi, Mary. Where from?
Hi, I'm in Wilmington, Delaware, and this is my cat, Itty Bitty, who won't stay for long. I won't be trying to steal the show with her.
Yes, never compete.
It's been raining all night and all day, and we're due to have at least a possible frost overnight tonight. Brr.
And now we go to a friend of mine from many, many years ago, Marcie Boyd. Hi, Marcie.
Hi, David. It's great to see you.
Same here. And where are
Um,
you zooming in from?
Actually, I live in California, but I'm zooming in from Racine, Wisconsin, visiting my 97-year-old dad here.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, Marcie, great to see you. Can't wait to hear you. How about David Tarlow? Hi, David. Please unmute.
Here I am. Okay. How you doing? Coming to you from Brooklyn, New York. And
Right. Well,
looking
we
forward to
welcome
this.
you. And I'm going to go to Cleo Knopf next, and I'm going to ask Astra, who's also on the screen, to turn the camera on if you can. But let's go to Cleo right now. Cleo, would you unmute and say hi, please? All right. Well, I'm not getting a response from Cleo. Let's go.
David, let me just remind you that I wrote Ben that have to cut out between like 4:30 and 5 because I do a little family friend sing along, but I'll be back in time
Oh,
for
that's
mine.
fine. That's totally fine. Thank you, David, for that. All right, we've gotten back to Astria. I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but you've come on the screen, and there
Oh,
you go, Airly.
hi. My name is Elyas Strasser,
And I'm in Grosse Ile, Michigan, which is downriver from Detroit. I'm on an island in the Detroit River. I can look right across to Canada.
Wow.
Wow, Michigan. That's one word that has a lot of impact these days. Let's go to my old friend from my New York City days, Sally Campbell. Sally, would you put your camera on and unmute so we could say hi to you? All right, well, we may come back to Sally. I'm going to go to Felice and Jack. Hi, guys. You there?
Hi.
Hey.
We're in Tucson.
Okay, Arizona.
And we need rain, so send some over here.
Okay.
All right.
That's not all we need from Arizona. So now we're coming
David,
back.
thank you so much. Just wanted to say my name is Ben Grosscup. I'm just cutting in here. We're going to let everyone else kind of introduce themselves as we call them up to perform. I just want to thank David Roth for giving our little opening there. It's 4:01 Eastern Time, and we're ready to begin the show. Thank you again, David. So I just have a little announcement to make. So basically, I've been posting into the Zoom chat the link for the live stream, and people are starting to tune in on the Facebook Live, and it's just amazing. You know, this is the last People's Music Network song swap that's going to happen before the election, and I know PMN members have a lot to say right now about a lot of things, including the election, and so it's amazing that we have this international also event. We want to welcome our friends and comrades from the UK who are zooming in with some very pertinent songs for our time. So I just want to say that, you know, People's Music Network, we are a membership organization. We've been around since the late 70s, and our work is about creating and facilitating a community space where artists who use their music for peace and justice come together, develop the craft of using music as a tool of social change, and spread the power of that music in our society, which is so deeply hurting, so deeply in need of inspiration, and deeply in need of direction to move forward. And we're just using this Zoom platform because this is the tool that is most available to us right now to create that community. And we come together, you know, usually it's about 20 artists when we do one of these open song swaps, and we're really looking forward to hearing and listening to each and every one of those artists. So if you do have that link, I encourage you to share it on Facebook, because that's a really important way that we extend our reach. So one thing to know is that when you registered to perform tonight, speaking to the performers now, many of you put in lyrics, and that's awesome. So if you are listening and you're like, whoa, I love that song, that was amazing, can I read the lyrics? In many cases, the answer is yes. You can go to the link that's in the live stream, and also in the confirmation email that the performers received, and that is a bit.ly link, and it goes right to the lyrics. So just open the description of the live stream if you're listening to that right now, and that will give you a really good resource. And if during your performance you actually want to have those lyrics shown on the screen, you can just simply say, before you even start performing or talking, hey Ben, can you cue up those lyrics? Not a problem, I can do that. I'll share the screen. What that does is it makes the lyrics big, and it makes you, the performer, small. Not everybody wants that. In fact, most people don't, but if you do, that's okay. We can make that happen. It's just that you have to request it, because the default is that I don't do that. Then the other thing is, like, let's offer a little bit of verbal encouragement to one another. I mean, one of the things we do with the People's Music Network is we create this kind of circle of appreciation at our events. And, you know, it's not necessarily about praise. Praise is kind of one of those things that you think of, like, you know, praise is what I give my dog, right? Good boy, you know. It's because that's not even what we want as artists, really. We want to be listened to. We want to be appreciated for what we contributed, you know, because we are passionate people, members of the People's Music Network. We have something to say, you know, and it's okay to love anything you've heard. That's fantastic. But it's really the thing that's more important than praising is listening, and just showing the person before you that you listened to what they said. You know, People's Music Network, we put a lot of politics into our songs, and sometimes our politics don't always agree with each other, but we do believe in using song as a tool of struggle, as a tool of education, as a tool of inspiration. And so we are going to do that today. And the other way you can, of course, offer encouragement is written form. Because when the verbal thing, you're only going to comment on the songwriter immediately before you, or the performer, as the case may be, because they may or may not be a songwriter. But the chat box is a way that you can comment and encourage everyone. So we're just asking people to kind of keep their verbal comments brief, heartfelt, speaking to your own experience, and kind. And then the same thing kind of with the written thing, although you have a little more space there. Just last thing, every performer gets 5 minutes. We're going to try to keep to a time limit here. So far, we seem to be running on time, thanks to everybody here. So let's move right into it. Again, our first performer is who gets to begin this process is David Roth. So David, please step up to the stage. Tell us again where you're coming from, and tell us about your song, and let's hear the song.
Thank you, Ben. And since I don't have the benefit of hearing someone play a song right before me to comment on, I will comment on what a great job you are doing holding this community together, and how you make this feel so inclusive and meaningful. You know, so I want to thank you for all your efforts. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that we don't know, so I want to thank you and acknowledge you for that. This is a new song, and I don't want you to put the lyrics on the screen because I was just changing a verse 5 minutes before we came on the air. It seems like there's no end in sight for material like this. There are those who wish you well from every side of every aisle, who put so many differences on hold. We saw that helicopter fly to Walter Reed where they stood by. We know this is not the common cold. We pay for all that care you get, that's okay, no regrets. We'd like to think you'd do the same for us, but that's not what's been going on. 200,000 people gone, that's the view from underneath the bus. You benefit from the finest care. They went and rushed you over there. They spoke about abundance of caution. Where was that caution months ago, when you had time to let us know? Instead, you've played it down to our exhaustion. Then COVID-19 went and found you. What did you expect around you? No one wearing masks or spreading out. This virus has no end in sight, and still you say you got it right. The only thing you spread is fear and doubt. You smugly make your hateful rants, surrounded by your sycophants, the yes-men of your club who've sold their souls. One day will be a reckoning of each and every single thing. You've sabotaged the carts and now the polls. But people have a way of rising up against what we're despising. Don't believe in everything you say. Oh, this is just a blip in time. We will rise and we will climb. No matter what you do, we'll find our way. There are those who wish you well from every side of every aisle. That's how decent human beings behave. You've had your turn and now it's done. It's time that we were moving on, with one who won't debase and won't deprave. But more importantly, how can I be the kind of change I'd like to see? Can I do the same for us? I'm calling on my better angels. Higher roads are sometimes painful, getting out from underneath that bus. I'm calling on my better angels. Higher roads are sometimes painful. I'm getting out from underneath the bus.
Let's give a round of applause to David Roth. Oh, gee. Amazing to hear this new material. Oh, gosh, so timely. Cleo Knopf is our next performer. Cleo, would you unmute yourself and extend a word of appreciation and love to our friend David Roth?
Yes, I loved that song, David. The melody was driving, and the words, of course, right on time, COVID. And I loved that you called on a higher force, and that it ended on a very good note, that you're rising, that we're rising to the challenge. Very hard to be positive in these times, but thank you very much. So this one is another election song I just wrote. Oh, I'm in New York City, by the way. Oh, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock-toe. Hip-hop, 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 yo. Out the door, jump and go. 45, leave the show. Oh, hip-hop, 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 ham. Looky, crooky, boogeyman. We all know you're a sham. Pack it up and take your fam. Martin Luther King wrote in 1964, why we can't wait no more. Well, that was over half a century ago, and we've been waiting, and it's almost the end of the show. Oh, tick, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, toe. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, yo. Out the door, jump and go. 45, leave the show. Grab your partner, don't be late. Swing her round the poles to date. Dance in circles, sing and rhyme. Go and vote, now's the time. Immigrants are on the run. Black people are under the gun. Fracked is our only planet under the sun. Vote and protest till we've won. Oh, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock toe. Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, yo. Out the door, jump and go. 45, leave the show. Big hand, little hand, do a dance. Round and round the face of chance. Get your ballot, make a choice. Promenade, let's hear your voice. Don't be late for the beat of the dance. Move your feet and stretch your hands. A better world is possible. Set a letter signed by the signature of time. Oh, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock toe. Oh, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, yo. Out the door, jump and go. 45, leave the show. The hourglass drank her sand. Thirsty now she empty stands. The sundial can't find a ray. Don't let the dictator stay. Oh, tick tock, 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 toe, hip hop, 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 yo. Out the door, jump and go. 45, leave the show. Waters rising, hey, hey, get in the streets today. Voting is the first thing, then a people's party we will build and sing. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you very much, Cleo Knopf from New York City. Thank you. I want to welcome our next performer. His name is Tony Harper. Tony, coming in from the UK, unmute yourself and say hello.
Hiya.
Hey, Tony.
Hiya. Can you all hear? Yeah.
We hear you. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Got a word for Cleo?
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. I made a note of it. The hourglass drank her sand, thirsty now she empty stands. Sundial can't find a ray. Don't let the dictator stay. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I love the balance between your you know, the different verses, moving it. So loads of energy, fantastic. I loved it. It's me, isn't it now?
It's all you now, Tony.
Okay. This is a song I wrote after the George Floyd thing. There was a lot of songwriting and reflection and stuff. And in Britain, we had huge demonstrations, as there were in the States. And we had a big demonstration in Bristol that went for a monument of a guy called Edward Colston. And most people hadn't heard of him, but he was a slave owner in the 17th century. And they took the monument down and threw it in the harbour, as they started to do and take lots of monuments down anyway. So this is a song about that. From 1680 to 1692, a man called Edward Colston plied his trade, ran his ships around the Death Triangle, 84,000 locked in chains, 19,000 of them, men, women and children, were thrown into the sea. So they put him on a plinth to glorify his wealth and to hide his murderous deeds. They took a spanner to the boats, they took a hammer to the bronze, and they took a chisel to the stone that holds them down. Put a rope around his neck and hauled him to the deck, and they threw him in the harbour where he belonged. Well, they came in their thousands to say Black Lives Matter. They came to take the knee. They seen the racist murder of George Floyd. They stood in solidarity, staring down at them from its lofty perch was a bronze hero of the bourgeoisie. This is our history the rulers have proclaimed. This time the people profoundly disagreed. They took a spanner to the boats, they took a hammer to the bronze, and they took a chisel to the stone to bring him down. They put a rope around his neck and hauled him to the deck and threw him in the water where he belonged. We got Cecil Rhodes in Oxford, we got Churchill by the square, and there's a Thomas Milligan by London's dockside. They're all across the land, these dead rich white men, images of power far and wide. Well, Cecil's coming down allegedly, and Churchill's in a box temporarily, and Milligan's gathering dust in a museum. That just leaves us with the living ones. Time to say goodbye to Boris and Trump where we can't see him. Let's put a spanner to the boats, put a hammer to the bronze, and put a chisel to the stone to bring them down. Put a rope around their neck, figuratively, and roll them to the deck and drag them back to the harbour where they belong. Take the spanner to the boats, take a hammer to the bronze, and take a chisel to the stone to bring them down. Put a rope around their necks and haul them to the decks and throw them back to history where they belong. Yes, throw them back to history where they belong.
Woo! Tony Harper, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Oh, Bravo. Hey, Tony, I was just wondering, could we talk to you a little bit longer, because you're a new member of the People's Music Network, and I just like to give new members a little chance to say something about themselves in addition to their songs. Thank you for the song, though, and we will hear from our next performer, Marcie Boyd, about that. So,
and all the best for the election, folks over there.
And you've been doing this music for a while.
I've been playing a bit since I retired. I've been playing quite a bit more, and I play a bit of banjo as well. But I like it. But now we're all locked up doing it.
Yes,
which is the way it is.
Strange condition to be in.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yep, I've enjoyed it. I look forward to listening to everyone else.
As I said, Marcie Boyd is our next performer. I'm going to bring her on screen here. Marcie, we see you now spotlighted.
Yeah, hi. Dave, Tony, I loved your song. I learned from it, and it really makes a connection across the pond. And I want to hear more of your music. Your writing is so historically informed, but political. But poetic. It doesn't sound like, a leaflet, even though there's tons and tons of information in there.
Lots of leaflets. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. Ben, can
and
you put
if you have a website or anything, Tony, you can post that into the chat.
I'm not that sophisticated. I have SoundCloud. I'll do that.
Oh, that's a good start. That's a great start. No problem. Yeah, let's hear it. All right. Yeah, and I can pull up your lyrics, Marcie, as you introduce it. You bet.
Yeah. Well, you'll probably know. I don't know if this is a popular song in Britain. This is certainly the tune is very well known to people on this side of the Atlantic. So it's a sing-along. So the lyrics are going to come up and invite you. We're going to do. It's very short, so we're going to do the whole song twice. I'm just going to wait a moment until the lyrics come up. Yeah, and I'll show off my T-shirt while we're waiting. This is blue. You probably all know that on Zoom you can adjust the size of the frame so that you can see the artist and the words at the same time. So Ben, when we get to the bottom, you're going to scroll back up to the top. We're going to repeat the whole song.
Sounds good.
Vote Trump out of the White House. Vote him out of a job. Orange is made out of yellow and red. Let's paint the whole nation blue instead. Yes, it's vote for the Dem team. Even if Joe makes you grouse, for it's dumpity Trump from the old White House. Vote Trump out of the White House. Sing with me before he does any more harm. Don't let our nation be stolen from us. Let's throw this joker right off of the bus. Yes, it's vote for the Dem team. Joe and Kamala are in. Yes, it's dump Donald into the old dustbin. Vote Trump out of the White House. It's up to people like us. November 3rd is decision day. Don't let democracy dribble away. Go and vote for the Dem team. Help them get over the hump. Yes, it's time to put aside our differences and vote out Trump to the top again. Sing loud, vote Trump out of the White House. Vote him out of a job. Orange is made out of yellow and red. Let's paint the whole nation blue instead. Yes, it's vote for the Dem team. Even if Joe makes you grouse, for it's dumpity Trump from the old White House. Vote Trump out of the White House before he does any more harm. Don't let our nation be stolen Let's throw this joker right off of the bus. Yes, it's vote, vote, vote for the Dem team. Joe and Kamala are in. Yes, it's dump, dump, dump Donald into the old dustbin. Vote Trump out of the White House. It's up to people like us. November 3rd is decision day. Don't let democracy dribble away. Go and vote, vote, vote for the Dem team. Help them get over the hump. Yes, it's time to put aside our differences and vote out Trump.
Play. Yay! Thank you so much, Marcie Boyd. Marcie Boyd. Well, let's see. We've got Michael and Nell coming right up to the stage.
You got to unmute us, baby.
Yeah, well, we hear you now.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
Michael
we
and
are.
Nell, you can extend your words of appreciation to our sister, Marcie Boyd.
Marcie, boy, that was so cute, so wonderful.
That was
And
clever.
you know, it's really funny. We do this Joe Hill show, you know, and we talk about how Joe Hill wrote songs to melodies that were people were familiar with, and that made it real easy for people to sing along. And that's exactly what Marcie did. She sang
Yeah.
it to a melody we all know, and we were here singing along with you the whole time. So
Yeah.
thank you.
I
A lot
heard
of fun.
you. Really?
You did? You weren't supposed to. But
And I love that. I love the rhyme. Grouse
Grouse
and
and-
White House.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
that's
a good rhyme. That's great.
So we're going to do a song called Jerusalem, and this was the title song. It's an old song by Steve Earle that he wrote following the start of the Iraq War. And it was a title song for an album that he put out, which got a lot of flack at the time. And it happens to be the lead song on our album that we came out with recently, Welcome Home.
Yep,
And
it's
it
opening
looks
cut.
like that.
It's opening cut on our Welcome Home album. So get in touch with us if you want more information about that. I put our information up there in the chat.
Yep, a bunch of songs about social conscience in there.
And a few
So-
humorous things
Yep.
to take the dryness off, as Joe Hill would put
Yeah.
it.
So, enough of the commercialized. I woke up this morning and none of the news was good. Death machines were rumbling across the ground where Jesus stood. And the man on my TV told me it had always been that way, and there was nothing anyone could do or say. And I almost listened to him. Yeah, I almost lost my mind. Then I regained my senses again. Looked into my heart to find that I believe one fine day all the children of Abraham will lay down their swords forever in Jerusalem. Maybe I'm only dreaming, and maybe I'm just a fool, but I don't remember learning how to hate in Sunday school. But somewhere along the way I strayed, and I never looked back again. But I still find some comfort now and then. And the storm comes thundering in, and I can't lay me down, and the drums are drumming again. And I can't stand the sound, but I believe there'll come a day when the lion and the lamb will lie down in peace together in Jerusalem. be no wires or walls, and we can wash all this blood from our hands and all this hatred from our souls. Yes, I believe there'll come a day when the lion and the lamb will lie down in peace together in Jerusalem. Yes, I believe one fine day all the children of Abraham will lay down their swords forever in Jerusalem. Yeah. And we do that song today because it is still relevant, even though it was written 13 years ago, 17 years ago.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Michael and Nell. Just want to bring up to the stage Don Billings here. Hey Don, how you doing?
Very good.
Good.
That was a great song, Nell and Michael. I love the violin. That really enhanced the song, I thought.
Thank you.
Up in there washing their hands, being in constant wars that America gets involved in. It's Middle East, and I hope eventually there'll be peace there. That would be wonderful.
We have to envision it. We have to envision it.
So
Thank you.
appropriate today. There's so much problems that we deal with. The song I'm about to do, it's called About That Voter Fraud, was written after Trump was elected the first time, the only time, I hope. And there was a lot of talk about voter fraud by the president. And wrote this little song. Have you heard about all the voter fraud? President said there's a lot of voter fraud. Millions of illegals somehow voting. Oh, we got voter fraud all around our land. He said we gotta find out about this voter fraud. Went down to register to vote. They didn't like my ID, they didn't believe it was me. My family's been here 10 generations, came on the slave ships. Said you can't let you register, don't like your ID. Sounds like some kind of voter fraud to me. They asked for my driver's license. Don't drive a car, can't afford a car. They said, get yourself down to the county. Get some proper ID. Don't forget it's free. Sounds like some kind of voter suppression to me. Have you heard about my polling place? My polling place, they shut it down. Oh, my new polling place, 5-hour line to vote. Sounds like voter suppression to me. Old Mrs. Johnson stayed on a long, long line. But they had a list, said gotta checked the list. Oh, your name's on the list. Said you died a while ago. Can't let you vote. That'd be voter fraud. But Mrs. Johnson was surely alive. Have you heard about gerrymandering? Have you heard about gerrymandering? Redraw the district lines so they win. Gotta win to keep things their way. Now that's real political voter fraud. Oh, we got voter fraud all around our land. Voter suppression in our land. Oh, the people gotta get ID and register. Gotta vote to stop this voter fraud. Gotta vote to stop this political voter fraud.
Yeah, Don Billings, thank you so much.
Get out there and vote, everyone, if you haven't already.
Bravo. Thank you very much, Don. Just wondering, do we have Pinetree in the house here? I've got her on the list, and I don't see her on the list. So unmute if you're here, in case I missed you. Because otherwise, we're going to move along to Paul McKenna, coming in from Corvallis, Oregon. Yeah, so we're going to move along to Paul McKenna, because I don't see Pinetree. And say hello to us, Paul.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, thanks for that song, Don. You raised a lot of important issues. So that was great. Okay, I have two songs that are relevant, quite relevant right now, but hopefully will not be relevant after Tuesday. So I'm going to do both of them. Their combined time is less than 5 minutes. So Ben said it was okay. The first song, the first song is describing the disease, and the second is the cure. Okay. And the first song is called Outrage. I wrote it in 2018, but I updated it for 2020. It's to the tune of Hot Stuff by Donna Summer. I think this is the first time I've done a disco thing. And I just wanted to mention the song uses the term bottom feeder. And I was like, is that the right word? So I looked it up online. It says bottom feeder, in addition to being a fish, is a person who appeals to base instincts, a low or despicable person, or an opportunist who seeks quick profit, usually at the expense of others or from their misfortune. So I said, yeah, that works. Okay, so this is Outrage. I'm going to give myself a note here. And this has some parts for audience participation. And Ben, please put up the lyrics. Time for us to wise up, time for us to rise up, time to get together and make a change. Time for us to wise up, time for us to rise up, time to get together and make a change. Ever since the 2016 election, the country has been going to hell. Everything's been heading in the wrong direction. It's time for us to scream and yell. I tell you, it's an outrage what they've been doing. But it's an outrage all that they've done. Before they drive this country to ruin. Got to make some changes. Got to change Washington. It's an outrage. A total outrage. Sing it. Time for us to rise up. Time for us to rise up. Time to get together and make a change. Time for us to wise up. Time for us to rise up. Time to get together and make a change. We're desperately in need of a real live leader to steer us through this awful mess. Instead, we've got a finger-pointing bottom feeder, blaming the Chinese and the press. I tell you, it's an outrage what they've been doing. Well, it's an outrage all that they've done. Before they drive this country to ruin, we got to make some changes, got to change Washington. Well, it's an outrage, a definite outrage. Do this part with me. Outrage, outrage, yeah. Outrage, outrage. He's wiping his eyes with the Constitution. It's time to say enough is enough. The outrage keeps coming each day, brings a new one. You really can't make up this stuff. I tell you, it's an outrage what they've been doing. Well, it's an outrage all that they've done before they drive this country to ruin. Got to make some changes, got to change Washington. Well, it's an outrage, an absolute outrage. Time for us to wise up, time for us to rise up, time to get together and make a change. Time for us to wise up, time for us to rise up, time to get together and make a change. All right, that's the first song. Now, the second song, as I said, is describing the cure. I heard about the governor of Michigan having it's either a sign or a button that said 8645. What is that? Wait, what is that? Oh, I said, oh, I get it, because 86 means dump and or get rid of, and 45 is Trump. So I said, that sounds like a song. So this song is to the tune of 6345789, which is this great soul number by Wilson Pickett. The original song is about a phone number. Anyway, goes like this. November 3rd is coming real soon, and the time for change is overdue. Way overdue now. When we get to election time, there's just one number to keep in mind. I'm talking about 8645 ASAP. 8645 ASAP. For too long we've suffered with this man. Now it's time to take matters in our hands. So you're standing in the election line, just keep this number in your mind. I'm talking about 8645 ASAP. 8645 ASAP. It's time for number 45 to move on down the line. And if he chooses to leave the country, you know that'd be just fine. 8645 ASAP. 8645 ASAP. 8645 ASAP. 8645 ASAP. Okay, I forgot to mention that the reference in that song at the end is that at one of his rallies, Trump said, if I lose, I may have to leave the country. So I'm good with that. So, all right. That's it.
Thank you very much, Paul McKenna. Beautiful. From Corvallis. Hey, Lorna, very similar name now. We got Lorna McKinnon, all the way from Scotland. Lorna, how are you? And say a word to Paul, but also this, I think, is your second PMN song swap. Take it away.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here again. I had so much fun last time. Paul, that was so great. You have a growly soul voice with the with that first one, the outrage one. I was totally singing with you, and I loved that it was the Donna Summers tune. I loved Donna Summers. It was so great to merge the two. It was really creative. I loved it. So good. So yeah, thanks for sharing. And yeah, thanks for everyone as well. It's been so great so far, and good luck. Good luck to everyone with the election. I hope so much that Trump and Boris Johnson, although a lot of them all end up in the dustbins of history, but even that would be too good for them, wouldn't it? So the song I'm going to do is a song. It's called "Let's Talk About Contraception." It's about a personal experience of mine. The theme was songs of freedom and struggle. This is a wee struggle I've had, but it's also the struggle that all women have faced as well. And this is about a conversation I had with a doctor, an ongoing conversation with a doctor about the options for contraception available to women, or the lack thereof of the lack of contraceptive options, I should say. So this is it. Good afternoon, Doc. I'm here for advice. I want to know all of my options on how to have sex safely, and I don't want a baby. Let's talk about contraception. The doctor sat up and drank from his cup. He clasped his hands on his desk. He said, I'm very impressed that you're here to address the issue of having safe sex. Here, take this pill. It's full of hormones. I think you should give it a go. It's really quite safe and you won't feel a thing. It's a popular choice, you know. Well, I'll tell you what, I lost the plot. I thought this pill just isn't for me. I felt suicidal, I couldn't stand idle. It was back to the doctors with me. Doc, make it stop, let me try something else. That pill made me lose my mind. Oh dear patient, look, it says here in this book that you're absolutely fine. For fuck's sake, I said, give me something instead, a pill that is less of a strain. So he gave me another and I said that's it better, not make me go insane. But the problem this time was not with my mind. It was all to do with my figure. My clothes just don't fit. It's because of my hips and my ass is now 3 sizes bigger. And Doc, I'm allergic to condoms and latex. Tell me, what can I do? I've done my best and I've tried all the rest. What options do I have left? The doctor just stared, sat back in his chair, thinking he scratched his head. Well, there is one thing you could give it a think. Have you thought about abstinence? Sorry, Doc, that is out of the question. Give me more options, please. What's all this fuss about the copper coil? That might be better for me. Oh, yes, indeed, and I think you'll be pleased. It leaves your hormones alone. They use a small clip, and it's just a small nip. I promise that's it, and you're done. But that turned out to be not true at all. It was all an elaborate trick. 'Cause I wanted to shout when I found out that small clip was a clamp on my cervix. Okay, Doc, the answer is no. My cervix just isn't a toy. Enough of this shit, 'cause I'm tired of this. Tell me the options for boys. The doctor looked vexed, completely perplexed. He had no idea what I meant. I said, it's really quite simple. I'll ask you again. Is it a contraceptive pill for men? The answer was yes, and it's been put to the test, but it's something that won't come to pass. And that's because of the markets and the fat cat bosses who need to make profits so that they stay loaded, so they use the system's existing oppression. And I'm not being funny, but it's all about money. So our bodies go through all these kinds of abuse, and despite what is fair, it's the women's problem to bear. My reproductive organs are not something to be made profit off of. So let's share the load, 'cause it takes two to tango. And fight for free and for fair contraception for all. That's it.
Bravo! Lorna McKinnon, thank you so much. Wow. And Lorna, incredible song. Oh my gosh. We'll have Mark Evans, if he's here, will be the next performer. I just wanted to ask you, again, you're a new member of People's Music Network. Just say a word or two about the music you do and how you got connected with us.
Oh, it was a friend of mine and Tony's and a few other Russ. And it's just so fantastic. I'm so glad to be a member and to to be here with you. And yeah, do lots of political singer-songwriter stuff. So yeah, it's just perfect. So glad to be here and meet you all.
And I think I put the link to your website in the chat so people can look that up and find Lorna McKinnon online. Let's see. I think Mark Evans, I put him in kind of last minute. He's a new member but is Mark here? He might not have had the chance to get the memo on this. So I think we're going to move to the next performer unless Mark quickly unmutes himself, and that would be Galen Brandt. So Galen, I want to welcome you up and invite you to say a word of appreciation and love for our sister Lorna McKinnon.
Lorna, you, my dear, have spoken for all women everywhere, including moi. Thank you so much for your bravery, your clarity, your wit and brilliance. Yes, sister.
Solidarity.
That was absolutely wonderful and very needed.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I'm going to change things up a bit and sing you a children's song. As Margaret Mead famously said, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. So, in that spirit and in solidarity with our small group of thoughtful, committed citizens here and across the pond, I offer you a Croatian song, children's song learned by all Croatian children in school, and I learned it in Croatia, about a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens, in this case, very small citizens, who did indeed change the world. Kad se malo ruke šlože is a beloved song from a beloved movie based on a beloved book, based on a beloved true story from 1931 in Croatia about a group of 40 school children in the 4th grade. And their teacher decided that they could form an association, and together they could work and do good work. And he taught them a song to sing about the power of working together. And they did such good work and had such a good time doing it that they decided to take a field trip to the neighboring big city of Veliko Selo. And after a long train trip, they arrived and they had a perfect day. They went to a chocolate factory and ate chocolate, and they went to a farm and fed all the animals, and then they had a feast, and then they went to a movie. As night fell, time to get back on the train, but their beloved teacher told them that he had fallen ill and he could not go back with them. He would need to stay in Veliko Selo. He would be fine, but they must go back alone. And the children were sad and scared, but they were good children, so they got on the train and they bedded down for the night, and the train started moving. But what the children did not know was that in the middle of the night, a great storm came up. And when they woke in the morning, the train was stopped in the middle of nowhere with mountains of snow on all sides. What would they do? Now they were really sad and scared. They didn't even have their beloved teacher to help them. But they remembered the song he had taught them about the power of working together. And they began to sing that song. And as if by magic, workers appeared, train workers trudging through the snowdrifts. And together, the workers and the children singing this song dug the train out of the snow so that it could go on and the children could go home. Now, literally translated, this song the workers and children were singing says, "When many small hands come together, then our power 100 times is multiplied, which means we are stronger when we gather in a choir. For in a spark there is a fire, and drop by drop a river becomes. So let us gather like a flock of little sparrows, shiv, 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 alive, alive. For when many small hands work together, all is possible. Everything can be done." Kad se malo ruke šlože from Croatia and my American translation. Kad se mnogo mali šlosi, tad se snaga što podmnoži, a to znači da smo jači. Kad se skupimo u zbor, mala iskra pozazgriva, kap do kapi rijeka biva. Hajde zato zvijujato, kao vrapši živ, živ, živ. Kad se male ruke šloze, sve se može, sve se može. When our small hands work together, then our power grows much higher. We are stronger times 100 when we gather in our choir. In a spark there is a fire, and drop by drop the rivers thrive. Let us gather in our choir. Little sparrows, come alive, for when our small hands work as one, everything it can be done. Kad se mnogo male šlosi, tad se snaga 100 put množi, a znači da smo jači. Kao vrapči, živ, živ, živ. Little sparrows, live, live, live. To our hands, great and small, working together to change our world, and working together, singing.
Bravo. Galen Brandt, everyone. Thank you, Galen. Wow. Amazing. And we got David Tarlow next. David, are you ready? Are you able to come on, say a little word to our friend Galen Brandt?
Oh, that was wonderful. That was I told you, everybody had to go out and sing. I do a little sing-along with family and friends a few times a week. So I came in just in time to catch that, thankfully. That was lovely. Absolutely lovely. So, you all know the song. I added some words to it. I sent them to Ben, but you don't need to look at them now. They're there if you want to see them after. One day, sir, I was walking along. I heard that midnight special singing a lonesome song. Oh, let the midnight special shine a light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Well, you wake up in the morning, you hear the twittering, go marching to the table. You see the same damn thing, filth and lies are on the table. Who can understand? Go say a thing about it. You're in trouble with that man. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Sorry. They just put the heat on and everything keeps going out of tune. I'm going to go back to a chorus. Wow. Sorry, that's really awful, but I can't sing it that way. I tuned just before I came on, and it's already gone off because they just put the heat on. Oh, let the midnight special shine a light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Yonder comes Rosie. How in the world do you know apron, and by the dress she wore, brought me little coffee, brought me little tea, brought me damn near everything but that White House key. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. If you ever go to Washington, you know you better act right. You better not protest, and you better not fight Sheriff Barr, he will arrest you. He gonna send you down. That new Supreme Court find you guilty. We're backwards bound. Oh, let the midnight special shine a light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine her ever-loving light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine a light on me. Sure hoping her beacon brings us a new presidency.
David Tarlow, thank you so much. Thank you, David. Oh, beautiful. Love that song. And Jenny, Amanda Hurwitz is next.
Yeah, that's great, David. That's a great
Oh, I just accidentally turned off your video. That was a mistake on my end.
Okay.
Could you turn that on, Jenny? My fault.
Okay.
Just the start video.
Hey,
Thank
David
you.
Tarlow.
I won't do
Hi,
it now.
How you doing? Yeah, I've been doing things like that all evening. I just was like, oh my goodness, someone's sound went off, and I realized, oh, I unplugged my headphone. That was about 15 minutes ago. Oh, can you see me? Start my video. Okay.
We see you. Yeah, we see you and David both.
Okay, that was wonderful, David. As always. It's a pleasure and love that song. And yeah, and I totally sympathize. Yeah, the heat is on and off. We don't control it. It comes off or on. Yeah, so I went to vote early last night, and it was I didn't have a line. Let's see, I have my early voting tag here. I don't know if you can see it. And there was a guy there who was maybe like, I don't know, he must have been in his 90s. And I went in, and when I came out, he was still walking up, and I was really worried because they had closed off the line. But the people there said, no, they promised to let him vote. So anyway, I played this last time. We were all together, but I've changed the key to be a little better for my voice. And I also changed a few of the words, etc. And hopefully I'll get through it.
And just so you know, we hear you the best when you're close to that microphone.
I know. I'm trying to edge it close to me without like totally
Perfect.
ending up with more dental work or something.
Thanks.
And I know the guitar, you weren't totally happy with it last
Oh,
time.
I'm very happy with it now. It sounds great.
Okay, but I want it to be, audible and all that. Oh, okay. So if the guitar's not in a good balance, don't blame Ben. He's told me on and off. It's a bit loud. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so this is called Here We Are, Go Again. It's time to vote. Here we go again. It's time to vote. Mean and cruel Donald, or brilliant Kamala and compassionate Joe. Oh, bet. And you know what? Let me start again. Sorry about that. Hold on one sec. Okay. I just have to get my family to suspend all activity. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I apologize. Okay, so silence in the studio, our little apartment. Okay, here we go. It's time to vote. Donald or brilliant Kamala and compassionate Joe. Oh, bet your bottom dollar. Time to shake, time to holler, time for change, time to demote that nasty Trump. We gotta vote. Here we go again, but this may be our last Democratic election, but the die is not cast. Oh, we're at the crossroads, and the devil's deep in debt to pay. Sitting in that big old White House watching Fox, shooting up bleach, vote and save the day. Wake up now, put on your polling place shoes. Wake up now, stop singing the blues. Call up your mama if she's not in the sky. Get an absentee ballot, kick the devil out, bye-bye. Here we go again, still losing baby sisters and brothers, and now sterilizing young women so they never can be mothers. Oh, bet your bottom dollar. Time to shake, time to holler, time to defend. We won't have a coup. It's up to me and up to you. Here we go again, abandons democratic cities when we're the center of pandemic. Thinks it will leave him sitting pretty. Oh, we're at the crossroads round the world. Raise the people up or crush the most innocent underfoot. If the world's Trumps can make a buck. Wake up now, put on your polling place shoes. Wake up now, stop singing the blues. Call up your dad if he's not in the sky. Get an absentee ballot, kick the devil out, bye-bye. iwillvote.com, iwillvote.com. Tell your neighbor, dad, and mom. iwillvote.com. Vote 411.org. Vote 411.org. Tell your pal, Cyborg. Vote 411.org. USA.gov. USA.gov. Tell your secret Valentine love. USA.gov. Tell Grandpa Stanley to dial 866-VOTE-NYC. Tell cool cousin Evan to text access to 43367. Too late to mail it in. Use the drop-off box or polling place. U.S. Supreme Court is a disgrace. Use the drop box or polling place. Oh, iwillvote.com. 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 Vote.
Bravo!
Thanks.
Jenny,
And
Amanda
I just wanted
Hurwitz,
to
thank
say,
you.
iwillvote.com. I don't know if it's a connection between Max and iwillvote.com, but there was a problem getting on there today, and that's why I threw in those other websites and stuff to check out, because that's the Democratic Party, and I could get it on my cell phone, but not on my Mac, and I called their central number, and the guy was having trouble too. So even something as regular as USA.gov will get you information. Anyway, thank you for your indulgence.
Thank you. And I want to bring up Jackson Gilman. Jackson.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, it's you and Jenny time now.
Yeah, thank you, Jenny. There's a singing instructions. That should be a video for everybody in case they not sure what to do. And I love the, bet your bottom dollar, you got to get out there and holler, yeah. And I'm sure no one's ever written the line, you got to put on your polling place shoes. That's great.
Thank you very much. If
All
I could
right.
just get my mouth and hands to cooperate when I'm
Well, This is also about time sensitive. Hopefully all this will become in the past soon. But for now, I was driving to my recycling center here in Onset, Massachusetts, and I noticed a car parked ahead of me that had very conspicuous bumper stickers. It was a gas guzzling SUV, and it said things like this Trumpian nonsense like build the wall, deport them all, and he won, get over it. So it was obvious where these person's leanings lied, and I was surprised that they were recycling along with me, and I was wondering who was this person. They weren't with their car, so I was anxious to hang around and see. I forgot. I'm wearing what looks like a very patriotic T-shirt here, but if you look closely, it's got these logos of all the corporations that really run the world there, the best democracy that money can buy, and they also know that democracy requires action before and after. Well, this person was obviously expressing their beliefs about who belongs in the White House. And I stalled long enough to see who it was. And I was surprised. It was an older woman, and she ended up putting her paper in the same dumpster as I, recycling. And I remember seeing on her window really the most pronounced bumper sticker. It wasn't on the bumper. It was on the window, so everybody could see it. It said, "Hillary lies." And I was tempted to say something, and I should have followed the advice of the bumper sticker that on my kindred people that say resist, but I didn't resist, and I let slip out this what I thought was a little innocent comment saying, I suppose Trump never lies either? To which she whipped at me and said, "No, he does not. He changes his mind sometimes." So whoa. Excuse me, but he gets caught in bald-faced lies at this, stupefying rate of, dozens a day. And she said, "You should tune into another network." Oh, now she's really in my face, and she's saying, she sees the little bumper sticker on my little gas-efficient car. It says, "Make America Green Again." You probably believe in that global warming hoax, too. I was like, this was... And, I was trying to counter this, but it was not a pretty scene. And so a guy comes in and to diffuse this. And I think he's going to lend me some support. And he says, "Don't waste your breath." And then I realize he's talking to her about me. I didn't handle it well. It ended up ruining my day. And I realized afterwards, who started this conversation? It was me. Maybe I could have started it differently. Maybe I could have said something like, I see we're both, care enough about our environment that we believe in recycling. That's great. I was wondering if any of the policies of the current administration concern you at all about, environmental protection. And maybe she could have talked to me reasonably, and we could have had a civil conversation. We could have been on some common ground there and had a decent exchange. But no, when someone's in my face, my dinner gets up, and I'm not highly evolved enough to be that tactful. So what do I do with my frustration? Well, with the same thing a lot of you do. We write songs, we write parodies, and that's what this one is. Originally recognized by Ray Henderson. If people might be on the other side of the fence than me, I say, hey, I don't mean to offend you, but I believe that the words in this song are at least as balanced and as fair and balanced as Fox News. And some of the lines you might find most offensive are actually from the man's mouth himself. So give me a break. I need to do a little bit of, excuse my disappearance while I'm remodeling here. 6'3", look at me. Anyone with eyes can see that I am God's great gift to broads. Or whatever you want to call them, it's okay in my book. They're so attracted to my hair, I can grab them anywhere. Is there anyone as huge as me? Fair and square, I won that race with my jaded bass. I could do no wrong, for me kept rooting. I didn't need that help from Putin. Those 3 million votes were a hoax, that's all. That's why we need to build that wall. Deport the jerks who don't watch Fox. Elegance and pomp, king of the swamp, throughout the chaos that I reign. I'm all that's left when it was drained. What a life, look at my wife, ain't she glam? I made my wealth by flim flam, a stable genius is what I am. I wasn't born on third, take my word, I'm not racist, that is gospel. It's the press, not me, that's so damn hostile. 6'3", look at me, still president through thin and thick. The Dems can't send me up the crick. I'm still the country's biggest. Make that the universe, and I won't take it as an insult.
Bravo, Jackson Gilman. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, Jackson. Oh my goodness. Love the costume. Joel Landy is our next performer. Joel, please welcome to the stage.
Thank you. Jackson, I never saw you as a blonde before. You look great.
Thank you.
So have you ever thought about being a blonde? I love your parodies. I'm so lucky I get to follow Jackson and talk about Jackson. When was the last time we met at NEFA? A couple of years ago?
NEFA. Yeah, you host a great parody swap there.
Those were the most fun times, and you were so much a part of it. Thank you. You always make a place happy. You make people smile. I can't say anything more beautiful about anybody than that.
Thank you, dear.
And you've been at it for years. So I'm coming to you from my favorite planet. And this is the last PMN event before the election time of our lives. So this is truly an auspicious evening. And I'm so happy to be with everybody. In the early 1970s, Jimmy Cliff was in a movie called The Harder They Come. And there were so many great songs from that, and this was one of them. Oh, Ben, you could put the words up so people can sing with us. And it starts this way.
Sure thing.
Okay. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want, but you must try. Try and try. Try and try. You'll succeed at last. Oh, persecution you must bear. Win or lose, you've gotta get your share. Got your mind set on a dream. You can get it though hard it seems, and you can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want, but you've got to try. Try and try, try and try. You'll succeed at last. Well, Rome was not built in a day. Opposition will come your way. That's right. Let the words come up. Opposition will come your way, but the harder the battle you see, the sweeter the victory now. And you can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want, but you must try. Try and try. Try and try, and you'll succeed at last. Now I gotta tell you, I'm a teacher, but I have teachers also. And perhaps my wisest teacher, his name was Yoda. And Yoda told me, do or do not, there is no try. So I have to rewrite this last verse. And we'll do it Yoda's way. Soon will come election day. Accusations will come our way. Change is coming, make it so. Just remember as we go that we can get it if we really want. Yes, we can get it if we really want. We can get it if we really want, but we must organize and vote, organize and vote, organize and vote. And we'll succeed at, we can get it if we really want. Yeah, we can get it if we really want. We can get it if we really want, but we must organize, organize and vote, organize, and we'll succeed at last. We'll succeed at last. Yes, November 3rd. Succeed at last. We'll succeed at last. Make it so, make it so.
Joel Landy, thank you so much, Joel. I want to bring up our next performer, Violizzy. Violizzy, how you doing? Say a word to our brother Joel Landy.
Myself.
There you go.
I just wrote a little message, Joel. I unmuted myself, yes. That I always love your message, your songs. They're full of wonderful messages. Parodies are hysterical. And, you know, we were together at that workshop, remember? Was that back in January? And we did that songwriting workshop. And, you know, I loved what you did then. I love what you do now. I'm glad you've been, you know, productive throughout this whole pandemic, I'm sure. You've been writing throughout. Is that true, Joel? Because it looks like you've been working on it, and it's always relevant. Yeah, good, I'm sure. You can't not. I mean, that is your essence, I think, Joel, is to just keep writing and sending those messages out. I just love it. You're so relevant and on target, and we all have to organize and vote. It's like I did this, Mother Jones said, don't mourn me, organize. So very, very on point as ever. And do you have a website or whatever? So is it in here?
Oh, it wasn't on the list, but it's singfreedom.org. Singfreedom.org. That's what we do.
Singfreedom.org. Wonderful. That's what you do. Singing out is all. And that's a perfect segue, I guess, into my song that I want to introduce. It's called Find Me, Ode to Immigrant Children. And, you know, it's funny, Pinetree had recommended I play the fiddle to start out, but I don't have that in the audio, so let me I want to just see if I could do it real quick. Let's see. You just like the melody. That's cool. So the next version of that, I'm going to have to work a fiddle in. So yeah.
Do you want to start up your video there, Violizzy? Because that's what I realized over
Yes,
missing.
I do. So that was just, I wanted to get a fiddle in because I'm Violizzy and I got to do a little bit of fiddle for people. This song I produced with Rob Tauber, who also helped me write and refine the words, which I so appreciate. We're no relation. His last name is Taube, and he has a wonderful studio in the East Village that I produce stuff at. And also Gal Grashofsky did the drums on the MP3. So I figured as long as I have the MP3 and I sent it all to Ben along with the words, listen to how Rob transformed this song into, you know, this MP3 that ultimately, hopefully one day I'll get out there more. It's about the immigrant children who were in cages and they're still lost. 500 children have still not been reunited with their families due to the horrific, inhumane laws and rules that were created by this administration. I can't even say the name. Thank you, Jenny. I have my Kamala button. Organize, vote, get out there. Millions of people have already voted, so that's wonderful. This is Find Me, an ode to immigrant children. You'll hear the message. It is, I think, it's a little sad, but hopefully we will be able to change the rules in a couple of weeks, or in January when the new person comes in. So here it is. If you could start up the MP3, then I'd appreciate it, and share the words. That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
I'm just a kid with no crib, no pillow, and no covers. Waiting for my mama to put on my bib, bring me back to my sisters and brothers. To be a family again, to be a family again. Walked in the dust and the desert sun, hot air, blue sand in my face. Each day we walked on and on, each night we bowed down and prayed to get to the Rio Grande, to get to the Rio Grande. Find me, find me, find me, mama, save me from this awful place. Find me, find me, find me, papa, I can't rest till I see your face. They took me away, don't know where. Concrete floor makes a cold hard bed. I'm so scared, don't know nobody here. Ayúdame, ayúdame, ayúdame. Shadows are creeping around this place. I'm scared they'll put their claws in me. Mama, come and keep me safe. Papa, come and set me free. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Find me, find me, find me, mama. Save me from this awful place. Find me, find me, find me, papa. I can't rest till I see your face. No soap, no sheets, nowhere to play. Thirsty, hungry, tired. Children cry and scream all day. My insides are on fire. Here come the black crows. Here come the black crows. No peace while I'm away from you. No one here can see me. Let go of the world I knew. Angels come and free me. Find a heavenly space. Find a heavenly space. Save me from this human race. Save me from this human race. Find me, find me, find me, mama. Save me from this awful place. Find me, find me, find me, papa. I can't rest till I see your face. I can't rest till I see your face. Till I see your face.
Bravo. Bravo. Bio Lizzie, thank you very much.
There are other musicians on there, but a bass player, a conga player, but they were all wonderful. Thank you.
We've got Bob Brashear coming up to the stage.
Yeah.
Bob.
I just want to say thank you to Lizzie for raising that most important issue. It was so intriguing in the last debate that Biden raised it a tragedy, and the president said, but they're so well taken care of. And you put in a lot of details and everything from the journey to the day-to-day experience. And in a very simple arrangement, a lot of color. So thank you very much for raising that issue for us.
Thank you, Bob. Looking forward to hearing you, too. Thank you.
I found during this time I was writing a lot of angry and snarky songs, and I wanted to do something that was hopeful. So even though this is not a direct reference to next week, nevertheless, it's a song about hope. They were the first to know the truth of this pandemic. So much unknown, so much to fear. And as time went by, they began to listen and were amazed what they could see and they could hear. For the air was clear and the sky was blue, and the people of Wuhan heard the birds sing again. In the streets of Assisi, voices fill the air. From their open windows, their songs fill the square. They are singing for lonely people, sheltered in their homes. Your neighbors are with you, and you are not alone. And the air was clear, and the sky is blue, and the people of Assisi heard the birds sing again. At 7 in New York City, we opened up our windows with pots and pans and shouts and cheers. We lifted up our heroes. Doctors, nurses, clerks, delivery people, and more. We're depending on you to see us through to the other shore. And the air was clear, and the sky was blue, and the people of New York City heard the birds sing again. We've been granted a moment to stop and catch our breath. We've been granted a moment to choose between life and death. And if we've got the courage to create a new birth, we might learn to heal the selves, we might learn to heal the earth. And the air will be clear, and the sky will be blue, and all the people of the earth will hear the birds sing again. And all the people of the earth will hear the birds sing again. Sing again, sing again, sing again, sing again. And all the people of the earth will hear the birds sing again.
Bravo, Robert Brashear. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you so much, Bob. I wanted to bring up Sally Campbell, our next performer. Sally, please step up to the stage. And go ahead and unmute yourself, Sally. Hey.
Oh, Bob, it's so wonderful to hear and see you. I've been missing you so much from the People's Voice Cafe.
Yeah.
And all your other wonderful things that you do. That song just opened my heart. It's just wonderful. And it is great that somehow we slowed down enough to help let the environment heal itself to a degree. I just heard yesterday that the Chinese are actually planting millions of trees, and it really is making a difference in China. I am hoping we'll do much of that ourselves, and I'm just going to one more time tell about this wonderful book that I love called The Overstory by Richard Powers. Can you hear me all right, Ben?
Great.
Okay.
Really well.
It's about trees. It's the best novel ever written about trees. You've really got to. If anyone wants a copy, I will send it to them if they'll be in touch with me. Anyway, so my song is a good segue from Bob's song because it's by Malvina Reynolds, and she wrote a long time ago. It's also very appropriate for this time because of the lies that we hear. It's called God Bless the Grass. Let me get my auto harp out. God bless the grass that grows through the crack. They roll the concrete over it and try to keep it back. The concrete gets tired of what it has to do. It breaks and it buckles, the grass grows through. And God bless the grass. God bless the truth that fights toward the sun. They roll the lies over it and think that they are done. It moves underground and it reaches for the air, and after a while it's growing everywhere. And God bless the grass. God bless the grass that grows through cement. It's green and it's tender and it's easily bent. And, oh, I'm losing the word. But after a while, it lifts up its head, for the grass is living, the stone is dead. God bless the grass. God bless the grass that's gentle and low. Its roots, they are deep, and its will is to grow. And God bless the truth, the friend of the poor, and the wild grass growing at the poor folks' door. God bless the grass.
Bravo! Sally Campbell from New York City. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you so much, Sally. Great to hear you. Sometimes I like to point out Sally is a former member of the People's Music Network Steering Committee and active member for a long time. You know, I want to do an introduction now between an old member of PMN and a brand new member. His name is Mark Bishop Evans. I'm bringing him on screen right now. Mark, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I have to apologize for mixing up the time and not a very, great way to start my first time here with you guys. But
hey, we're learning. That's cool.
I appreciate you getting me on. So,
so here's how we do things. We wanted to welcome you to your first PMN online song swap. So you get to say a little word to Sally first, and then we'd like to hear a little bit about you, particularly since you are a new member. I'd like to hear a little bit about where you're from and the music you do before you give your song. But first, for Sally's God Bless the Grass. Oh, so it's cool. We got a new format. So you comment on the person who performed right before you, which in this case is Sally Campbell from New York. Sorry, I didn't make that clear.
Yeah, Sally, I enjoyed that. I love the auto harp, and I love I love the sound that gives, and I really appreciate what you're doing. So it sounds great to me.
And now's your moment to shine, Mark. Tell us about you.
I've been writing songs for most of my life. Been playing the guitar. I live in Haverhill, Massachusetts, and I've been a musician my whole life. I've worked other jobs to pay the bills, but this has been my passion, and so I continue to write. I have 4 CDs, different kinds of music. And I've been concentrating over the last few months on political justice, and so that's what this song that I'm going to play for you is called "Bitter Wind," and it's a song for the Black Lives Matters movement. And so Ben, if you would put the words up there, and I'll go ahead and
sure can do.
dark cloud that brings the rain, a bitter wind brings the pain, makes our children moan and grieve and kneel and cry. We cannot breathe and it's a cruel storm, brings the death, a bitter wind steals the breath, gone the children's joy and laughter, gone the lives that should have mattered. Upon the ground lies the body of a mother's son. Police all lie and say that he pointed at them with a gun. Now the young man had to die alone when his only crime was walking home. And no matter what they say, you know he's not the only one. There's a dark cloud that brings the rain, bitter wind brings the pain, makes our children moan and grieve and kneel and cry. We cannot breathe and there's a cruel storm, brings the death, the bitter wind steals the breath, gone the children's joy and laughter, gone the lives that should have mattered. In the flames of the nation torn by hate and blame, where those who should protect are the authors of the greatest pain. You can take a bullet in your back when your only crime is driving black, and half of us refuse to call it by its proper name. Oh, there's a dark cloud that brings the rain, a bitter wind brings the pain, makes our children moan and grieve, kneel and cry. We cannot breathe and it's a cruel storm, brings the death, a bitter wind steals the breath, gone the children's joy and laughter, gone the lives that should have mattered. All the pain and rage have been locked up in a cage, left beneath the boiling sun. You open up your eyes, then you won't be surprised at the revolution when it comes. There's a dark cloud that brings the rain, a bitter wind brings the pain, makes our children moan and grieve and kneel and cry. We cannot breathe and it's a cruel storm, brings the death, bitter wind steals the breath, gone the children's joy and laughter, gone gone the lies should have mattered. I said gone the lies should have mattered. Well, it's a dark cloud, bitter wind, a cruel storm, a bitter
Bravo, Mark Bishop Evans. Let's give a round of applause, everyone.
Thank you.
Wow, man. So, Mark, beautiful melody, beautiful guitar playing, a lot to that song, A Bitter Wind. I'm looking forward to hearing more of your music. So I'm actually the next one who gets to play now. And so that's why I'm starting to comment a little bit on what I heard. So I appreciate you coming on, Mark. And say like, just a question for you. Like, have you been involved in protests and stuff in your area to protest police violence?
There's not been anything other than a few street corner things for Black Lives Matter, and I have gone down to one of those. Other than that, that's the only thing that's been going on in Haverhill. It's been pretty quiet around here. Yeah. I tend not to go to huge crowds in Boston. Yep. It gets crazy down there. So, yeah, you know, I stay pretty local, and if I see something that I agree with, I stand up and shout it.
Good to know. Good to hear. Very good. Well, thank you so much, Mark.
Yep.
Let's see here. This has been an amazing song swap, and I'm just really, really excited to be here with all of you. So I'll do my song, and then we'll talk a little more about the People's Music Network, but then we'll call it a day, I think. But this is a song I wrote about the world we're fighting for. So it's called Let's Build a Socialist System. Give me a good, yeah, sounding all right for you guys? We are 7 billion people. We all have hopes and dreams. All of us live under a capitalist regime. Some can make a killing, others just get killed. We don't have to live like this, there's an alternative to build. Let's build a socialist system, make the dream come alive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Socialize the profits to help the people thrive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. 7 billion people, how can we all succeed? Not by competition for the basic things we need, not by exploitation of our dwindling natural wealth. We need a system that promotes cooperation and health. Let's build it, build a socialist system, make the dream come alive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Socialize the profits to help the people thrive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Socialism means institutions based on care for everybody living and for the planet that we share. confronting every oppression in the places where they live, ensuring justice in the ways that people take and people give. The dream of socialism is rooted in the heart, and taking political power is an essential part. The rich will surely fight to maintain the wealth they stole, so we need organization to reach the socialist goal. Let's build it, build a socialist system, make the dream come alive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Socialize the profits to help the people thrive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Now I'm going to put you on gallery view, and we're going to all sing that together one last time. Let's build a socialist system. Let's build a socialist system. Make the dream come alive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Socialize the profits to help the people thrive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Thank you all so much. Thank you. So friends, People's Music Network is a membership organization. We have been around since the 1970s, and our website is peoplesmusic.org. You can learn more about becoming a member. You can learn more about our future programs. There's going to be a lot more song sharing events and workshops posted to our website very soon. Keep an eye on the Facebook page for future events. And the other thing that I just want people to understand about the People's Music Network is that we're not only a member-supported organization, we're also a member-driven organization. So what we've actually done, over the last, I guess 6 or 7, maybe 8 months now, since the pandemic, is we used to have member-organized in-person events, these big 3-day gatherings. Have about a 40-year-long history of that, and then we started doing online events. And usually those are much shorter events, like 2 hours, right? And so with those, we have been working with members who have an idea of bringing together and strengthening the community of artists that are using music for peace and justice. We've had an event for Indigenous Peoples Day. We've had musical speak-outs against racism. We've featured Nueva Canción, a particular social movement and musical genre coming out of the Latin American liberation movements. We've had an event on just earlier this month about voting. So we are a member-driven organization. So that's one of the things to know about what membership means, is that it's kind of it's part of taking responsibility for this thing we have that we've had for a long time, which is this community of artists that supports each other. A community is a diffuse thing. It's not just one organization. It's this diffuse thing. It's as a young leader in People's Music Network, it's been amazing for me to meet people from like back in the day, people who were involved with People's Music Network 20 years ago and stopped coming to gatherings for whatever reason, but, are interested to know that we still exist. So that's the word we have, is that we do exist. We're going strong, and we are very excited to involve you all in our work. So with that, I'm going to cut off the live stream. And friends who are within the Zoom room still, 20 of you, you are welcome to hang out here for a little while longer as we talk some more. So thanks again, everybody, and appreciate you tuning in. Take care. Bye.